Hello there. Today I have Lego Transformers Mini Force Jazz. So yeah, here's Jazz in his car mode. Definitely out of scale, unfortunately, but a lot of things are going to be out of scale in this series because of a lot of compromises. Yeah, you know. He has spoiler. He has the stripe in the middle. Glad I got that. Uh, Shape is pretty good. It has a pretty good silhouette. Yeah, I just think the car mode is pretty good. I would have done these little gray clip pieces in white, but I only had one, and I wasn't gonna do that again with Optimus, where I just needed one more piece, so I decided to go with gray, and it kind of blends in. Kind of works well enough. Now here's Jazz with all of this stuff, and Jazz with Core Class figure. So yeah, transformation, pretty simple. Move these two side pieces of the spoiler up like this. This little piece right here is going to become his head. And in order to put that in place, you're going to hinge this entire section down. Then hinge his arms back down. So there you have his arms done. Just put his head down like that. And then the final step of the transformation, you just pull these little pieces out as much as possible. So right about here. And yeah, there you go. There you have Jazz already in his robot mode. This is one of the more abstract builds with some iffy proportions and design. But, at this scale, like I was saying earlier, it's kind of hard to get these designs with the Carbots right. But I am glad that I got the likeness of the character. He does have the spoilers back here. You can either imagine them as the spoilers or, his door wings if you want to do that. Obviously, the front of the car doesn't actually become his chest, but I think this is a good approximation. You can either think of it as a fake part or his chest is actually made up of the back of the vehicle. However you see fit. Uh, but yeah, I don't think it's too bad for the scale. I think it's pretty good, but yeah, once again, proportions are pretty wonky. That black piece right there is supposed to be his waist, or at least represent it. Those little bars are supposed to be his thighs. Yeah, it's just it's an interesting build, but yeah, I think if you ignore the the issues and you just think of it as a fun little Jazz, I think it works. Articulation, no outward. His arms go. They don't go forward either. They're kind of useless, honestly. Uh, you could count this as an elbow, but it looks weird. Uh, yeah, it doesn't have head swivel, but he can technically look up. But detaches his head from his body, so I'd rather not do that. If you count his wing things, whatever, they do that. You know, they can also do this. Maybe you can like pretend they're speakers or something. I don't know. Uh, Chest articulation. I don't know. His can kick forward. Wow, that. This guy is not for articulation. But he can kick forward like that and back. Yeah, this works. I just want to show off these guys scale individually to show you that Jazz is a pretty decent height. And now here's the rest of this stuff. And then here he is with this guy. Okay, so for how to build Jazz, you've got this contraption. I'm pretty sure you already know how this works. Did that focus? This looks pretty self-explanatory. Next thing you're going to build is this. Make sure it is built exactly like this too. You're not going to want a 2x2. You're going to want two individual plates that are like this. So Yeah. And this is why, because you're gonna attach it into this piece right here. By the way, it's kind of hard to see, but there is a 1x2 plate above it and beneath this hinge right here with this 1x1 bracket that goes down by 2 studs with this tile on top, the rounded tile, and then, you know, these hinges. And then now you're going to connect these 2 studs, as you can see highlighted right here, into those, or anti-studs into those studs. So you're going to tab that in, should be a pretty secure connection. And then actually make sure when you connect it, this bar piece is facing the hinge back here. So should look something more like this. And then just tab that in and there you go. Push that in if you haven't already. And yeah, that should be it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time with Soundwave. Hopefully he turns out good, because every other mini Soundwave I've done in my entire LEGO Transformers career has kind of been not that great. So I hope this one turns out good. But yeah, see you next time.